Okay, so I dropped my camera and now the lens won't zoom in more than like a quarter of the way. So this is how we're filming today, which I mean, it still looks good. We've just got a nice wide angle today. You can see my plant and all my mess. Today we are talking about how I fell in love with running, which is such a weird thing to say because this is a video that I never thought I would be filming. Like, I never thought I would be a runner. I mean, I'm not really a runner. You'll see when I talk about this video, but running is just something I've always wanted to do, but never did. Like, your girl could run for 20 seconds and be like, ugh, oh my God, this is terrible. I would much prefer to go to boot camp, to do an ab workout, to do anything like that, to go for a walk, to go for a hike. But running, stupid, so bad, can't do it. I tried the couch to 5K and I did start to get a little bit good at it. Like, I could run for the whole minute it told me to, and that was really cool, but I never proceeded with that until this year. I never thought I'd say this, but thank you, quarantine, for making me run. So basically, I took a few weeks off work when the pandemic was really starting here in South Australia because I do live with two quite high-risk people. And to pass the time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run. So I did. And the first thing that made me decide to do this and made me fall in love with running was I decided, you know what? I'm gonna run. I'm gonna buy running shoes. And these running shoes cost a bit over $100. Like, they were an investment, and let me tell you, they were worth it. They are so freaking cute. The color is gorgeous. They're all pastel. They are dirty as heck. Like, they are worn and loved. They have squidgy little bubbles in the bottom to help foot support. I don't know what they do. They're comfy. They're cute. And I bought these and I got them and I was like, okay, I've just spent over $100 on running shoes. I need to use them. So I did. The first thing I did was make a video about them. I think it was titled, I bought running shoes, so now I have to run. I mean, I'm gonna do so much better if I'm making content out of it. Ever since, tried and true. In fact, I can see exactly how much I've run in these shoes. It's all tracked on the Nike Run Club app, which is actually my next point on how I fell in love with running, but let's see. My shoes, I called them bubbles. I have run 224 kilometers in these shoes. They have done 65 runs and they have been worn and running for a total of 24 hours and 44 minutes. That's insane. That is so cool. Anyway, while we're here, while we're at the app, I got the Nike Run Club app, and this is a free app, and it is the best thing I have ever gotten towards my running. You have guided runs, and this is the best thing ever. Like here, first run, you click on this, you put your headphones in, you listen to it, and you run. And it is, let's read it. Get out on a great introductory auto-guided run with Nike Running Global Head Coach Chris Bennett. Coach Bennett will give you some key points and guide you through a 23-minute easy run. Now this is so freaking cool because you've got your headphones in, you're going for your first run, you're about a minute in, and let's be real, you're probably puffed and tired because you've never run before, and the coach is in your ear being like, take it slow, you're awesome, keep going, the fact that you're even doing this is so cool, and you're just feeling so good. You're like, hell yeah, thank you so much, Coach Bennett. He is cheering you on and you are listening to everything he says and running, and I just love it. The Nike Run Club app is the best app I've ever gotten for running, and it's got all my stats saved right here. I have run a total of 224 kilometers. I've done 65 runs. My average distance is 3.5 kilometers, and then my average pace is 6:37, and it tracks every single run. And it's even got achievements. It's got my fastest 5K, my fastest 1K, my longest run. It's got run levels, which is so exciting. I'm only 25 kilometers away from going up a level from orange to green. It's just so inspiring. If you want to run, get the Nike Run Club app and just play around with it. And before you know it, you will have run 200 kilometers because it's just so much fun to go up a level. You're like, yes, I'm orange. I I don't know, it's a good app. So the next thing that made me fall in love with running was times and distance. So this might seem kind of strange, but it is such a fun challenge. Like the first time I went on a run, my pace was like 7 or 8 minutes per kilometer, which there's nothing wrong with that. I took it slow. I had to stop and walk. Like I clearly didn't have a very good cardio fitness. Still don't. But now my best 1K time is like 5 minutes, which doesn't happen very often. I'm more of a 6-minute kind of gal. She's slow. But the fact that you can track exactly how far you've gone, how long it takes you to go this far, and you can see improvements over time is amazing. It's so much fun to finish your run, pause the Nike Run Club app, and then it come up saying, new achievement, you know, new fastest 1K time. You're like, yes, it's so good. You just put on competition with yourself. It's so much fun. Another really inspiring and fun part of running for me was finishing my first 5K. So again, I documented it. Your girl has to YouTube everything. I was going for, say, 15-20 minute runs. I was getting 2 kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers. I don't think I'd gone over that. And I decided I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to run 5 kilometers every day for a week. Yes, there is a YouTube video on it on my channel. You can see how that went. And I ran my first 5K and then I did it 4 more times in a row and it felt so good. And I started off strong. I feel like I got a little bit worse and then I got better and I got my fastest 5K time, which was 30 minutes and 40 seconds, and like I haven't been able to beat that yet. Like that's another point I want to talk about. Your girl is training to get sub 30, but running my first 5K was such an accomplishment, and I feel like it would have been probably a 35-minute run or something like that just around my hometown, but it felt so good. Like I never thought I was capable of running a 5K. Still haven't been able to run a whole 5K without stopping to walk at least once, but it is such a good feeling. Like your girl ran a 5K, next I'm gonna run a 10K and then maybe we'll enter a race. That's a big step, but we've done a 5K, next we've got to do a 10K. Let me know if you want to see that video. Okay, so my next thing that happened, which was really exciting and made me fall in love with running, this might not seem like a big deal to all you fit people out there, is I ran 1 kilometer without stopping. So when you do a quick start run on the Nike Run Club app, this sounds like it's sponsored. It's not. I freaking wish it was. I love that app that much. But it tells you in your headphones how far you've gone, what your time is, what your pace is. So as soon as you hit 1 kilometer, it'll be like, time, 6 minutes, 20 seconds, distance, 1 kilometer, pace, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. And when that comes in your ear and you haven't stopped to walk yet, you know you've run your first entire kilometer without stopping to walk. And that is something that I can do pretty much every run now. Like I can quite easily get to that 1 kilometer mark without having to stop and walk. Sometimes you have rough days and you can't quite do that. Sometimes you're going up a heck of a hill and you're like, oh my God, your girl needs to walk. But the first time I got 1K without stopping to walk felt amazing. And again, Nike Run Club tracks your achievements and it will tell you your fastest 1K time so you can try and beat it. So my next thing is I am training to hit a goal. So I did my 5K run, which was so much fun, and like I said, my best time was 30 minutes 40 seconds or something like that. And now I want to get 5K sub 30. So that means I run 5 kilometers in under 30 minutes. Now that you have to train for. Like I need to get fitter, I need to get faster. So I need to do speed runs, I need to do tempo runs, I need to run longer distances to be able to run shorter distances faster, if that makes sense. And the day I get 5K sub 30 is going to be such a good day. And then we're gonna train to go even faster. Like maybe, can we get 5K sub 25? Don't think I'm that fit, but who knows? We can train. That's another thing I don't have written in my notes here, but speed runs have been one of my favorite things. Again, guided runs. So you're listening to your coach, maybe it's Coach Bennett, maybe it's someone else, and it's going, okay, we're going to run for 30 seconds at mile pace. In 3, 2, 1, go, and you speed up and you run for 30 seconds at your mile pace. I don't know what my mile pace is, I just go fast. And then it'll say, okay, 20-second break, get your breath back. Then we're going to do 2 minutes at 10K pace. So you go slower and you run for 2 minutes. And this is a great way to build your endurance and your speed and all that sort of stuff. And it's just really fun to mix up how fast and slow you run. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna run slow, now I'm gonna run fast, I'm gonna run slow. So I love a good speed run. I don't know how we got here, but somehow my day feels incomplete without a run. Look, I don't know how that happened either, but I kind of love it. Like, I'm a big morning workout person, so if I'm gonna go for a run, I'm gonna do it in the morning. And there's days when obviously you can't do that, you don't have the time. It's like, it just doesn't feel right. Even if it's just a 2-kilometer run, I feel like I need to go for a run. I feel so much better afterwards. And I am a sucker that likes to hit her step goal. So if I go for a run in the morning, walk my dog in the afternoon and then go to work, I will easily hit like 16,000 steps has been my lately amount. That's not English. So my goal on my Fitbit is to hit 11,000 steps a day, and I've been doing that with ease. Like, I've been hitting 16,000 a lot of days, which is really cool because fitness is important. We need to stay fit. We need to get our steps in. Cool. What's next on my list? It feels damn good. I literally just wrote that. Feels damn good. You do feel good after a run. You feel damn good after a run. You're nice and sweaty. You catch your breath. You have a drink of water. You feel damn good. Another thing I've written here. This is actually the back of the menu of the place I work at because I'm redoing the menu. Anyway, it is a great time to listen to a podcast and music. So I found when I'm doing, say, a 5K run, I like to put on a podcast because it's a really good way to distract yourself from the fact that you're running and you're tired, if that makes sense, because you're listening to a podcast about serial killers, which isn't the best idea when you're running alone in the forest. I figured out. Bit nervous, might get murdered. But totally worth it, makes you run faster, right? And the last thing I've got here, this doesn't really have much to do with loving running, but once I started running, I bought a flip belt because I got nervous running without a water bottle, which sounds really stupid, but it's like, what if I get really thirsty and I need my water and I'm like 2 kilometers away from home? So I bought a flip belt, and basically there's a nice zipper pocket here which fits your phone perfectly. And if you have AirPods, you can connect like without any wires and listen to your guided runs and your music and stuff like that. And it's got a little spot here for your keys, so when I drive out to a run, I've got my car key, and then it's got this nice spot in the back where you can slot a drink bottle, which fits in perfectly. It's slightly curved to fit your back, and this just makes me feel so good on a run because I don't think I've ever pulled my drink bottle out on a run, but it's nice to know that it's there. It just makes me feel better. I mean, I'd get like a Camelback or something if I was doing a marathon, but we're nowhere near marathon stage. Your girl can't even run 5K without being exhausted. But I never thought I'd be making this video a year ago. Let's find out, when did I go for my first run? Because it's all tracked, obviously. My first run was the 5th of April, and it was 2.6 kilometers with an average pace of 7 minutes. So it's been 6 months. It's literally like the 3rd of October or something, the day I'm filming this. And in that time, I've done 65 runs and absolutely fallen in love with running. Yes, it's exhausting, but I freaking love it. So if you're like me and you've always wanted to go for a run, but you just never really have, because I mean, let's be real, it's hard work. Buy yourself a pair of running shoes, and then you have to run because you spent that money, and get the Nike Run Club app and fall in love with all the things that come along with it. Get your pace up, run your first 1K without stopping, run your first 5K. If it takes you 50 minutes, who cares? You have run 5K, and that is such a big achievement. So that's how I fell in love with running, and I really hope you can fall in love with running too. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I put out new videos every week. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.